Hi everyone, I'm Pat Prokop out here in the heavenly backyard garden. And tonight I want to talk about the planets. Yeah, the planets are in view right now. Actually, Saturn has passed its best appearance for the year, but it's still visible up in the southwestern sky. Look at the chart, you can see it right there. And then on the other side of the dome, in the eastern horizon, are the planets Jupiter and Mars. And the moon is also in play, kind of like brightening out the sky. As a matter of fact, last night I was out photographing the planets and the moon was full and there was a lot of light coming in from the moon. But another planet just beyond Saturn, can you guess? Yep, that's Uranus, the planet Uranus. It's out there about 1.8 billion miles away. Can I see it? Can I photograph it? Well, let's take a look as we look at the heavenly skies. Welcome to Heavenly Backyard Astronomy. If you like this kind of content, consider hitting the like button and below. And also, if you have any comments, please feel free to leave your comments. Leaving your comments really helps a lot with this channel and any channel that you're watching, as a matter of fact, on YouTube. But anyway, let's talk about the equipment needed for photographing the planets. Now, the ideal conditions would be to have an f10 or longer focal length type telescope. Now, what I'm using is the Celestron Edge 11-inch. That has a focal ratio of f10, or in other words, the focal length itself is large, 2,800 millimeters, a huge focal length. You need that for the planets because they're so small. You're going to see in a moment when I show you the videos and the pictures, they are so small up in the sky. So the longer the focal length, the smaller the area of view, which causes the planet to appear a little bit larger, and you need all that size you can get. Another thing I'm using on this telescope here is the camera itself. The camera is the Player 1 planetary camera, the Uranus C or Uranus C camera, and it has a very small pixel size of 2.9 microns. The smaller the pixel size on a camera, the better off you're going to be for planetary photographing. And I'm also using what's called an off-axis guider on this setup right here, and giving me guiding throughout the night to keep the planet centered in the field of view. Also, I have a filter wheel on here with several Optolong filters for one-shot color cameras, and the filters that I will be using is the UV IR cut filter, commonly known as a luminance filter. And I'm also going to try looking at the planet, looking through the L quad filter. That is a filter that basically is cutting through the hydrogen alpha light and the oxygen 3 light, and then filtering out all the other light, which I need filters tonight because the moon is full and it's really bright and it's right next to the planets themselves. So it's going to be a challenge to get the images from tonight with the moon in the way. It's a supermoon, by the way, one of the closest supermoons of the year. And the distance was only 223,000 miles away, so it was very, very close. And it causes problems with photographing, well, any kind of astrophotography, particularly the planets, when it's near the edge of the full moon itself. Okay, the software that I'll be using, NINA, Nighttime Imaging in Astronomy. And with NINA, I'm able to use a function called orbitals. Now, orbitals allows me to dial up the object in question, in this case one of the planets, and I select that. It frames the planet and then slews to where that planet should be located up in the sky. And once that's done, I'll exit out of NINA and go into Sharpcap, and from Sharpcap I'll start using a function called live stacking. Live stacking is incredible. It is, to me, it's just amazing how well it does. And you can see the images stacking in front of your eyes as the image gets better and better and better. And then from there, you can go into a wavelet function to modify the image even more, to sharpen it up and to bring out the colors and the contrast. So with that being said, let's go upstairs and take a look through the telescope with NINA and then Sharpcap, and then look at the images. You're going to be amazed.
All right, the first thing I'm going to do is go into NINA and connect all my equipment, and then going to go into imaging, and then go into orbitals, And from orbitals, I'm going to select solar system body, and I have the choices of, all the solar system objects, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter. Well, not Earth, but I want to go to Uranus. Okay, click on Uranus, hit load, and then I'm going to go into framing, and it's going to frame it. And where it's going to put it is in the center of the frame of the camera. Now, remember, I only have a 2.9 pixel camera. It's a planetary camera, and the smaller the pixel size, the better off you are for planetary. And this camera, the Player One, is an excellent camera for this, the Uranus C. Anyway, there's the frame itself, and the planet should be right in there. But it doesn't show the planets because this is just a base of the stars for plate solving. So I'm going to slew in the center and then have the system plate solve it for me. So let's go back into imaging. Let's go back into the image itself. And one of the things about an f10 focal length ratio, focal length actually is 2800 millimeters on this system here. With a 2.9 megapixel micron camera, it's very difficult to plate solve. Well, there's the planet right there, Uranus itself. So it found it pretty fast, and this one it did a pretty good job. It's still having a difficulty time plate solving. It's probably going to give up on the ASTAP and go over into astrometry.net to solve the problem. But I'm happy with this, so I'm going to let it go with this, and I'm going to stop it right here, and click all the stops, and over here hit stop. All right. Now the next thing we're going to do, I'm going to back up to the equipment. I'm going to close the camera out because I want to open it up in Sharpcap. All right. And that was the mount. I want the camera. Put the mount back on. Disconnect the camera. Camera disconnected. Okay. All righty. Now, from there, I'm going to go into Sharpcap over here. Going to connect the camera here now. There it is right there. And there's the planet Uranus right now. Let's go into the view. This is the full view, all right? And what I want to do now is to set a region of interest. I'm more interested in just this area right here. So I'm going to go to region of interest. I'm going to take it down to 320 by 240. All right. Let's enhance that a little bit, 300%. Okay. Now, let's bring the gain down. And that's what it looks like. And I'm in focus, believe it or not. But I'm on the UV IR cut filter, so I'm going to change the filter. So back, I can do it in Sharpcap, but I have it set up in Nina already, the filter wheel. So I'm just going to switch it over to the quad, the L enhanced, or the Optolong L quad filter. All right, and then change it over to that. This is more, filters out a lot of the stray light. It brings in basically the H alpha light, the reddish orange, and it brings in the oxygen 3, or the greenish blue color light, the aqua color light. All right, it's on that filter now. Let's take a look. Yeah, see it is a little bit void of that color. Where are you going? Get back over here. Okay. Let's bring it up a little bit. All right, let's bring up the gain a little bit. All right. That's Uranus. It's 1.8 billion miles away. Let's go into the planetary stacking over here, and that's right there. And it's starting to stack itself right now. So let's see it happens over time. And interesting. I have it set for only the best 33% of the frames to stack, and it's checking that out, and it's grabbing those. And I want to get up to 500 frames, so we'll see what happens here. You can see it's getting better and better already. View over here. Let's just play with some of these values over here. A little bit of saturation. I got what 177 frames already stacked. We definitely can see the roundness of the planet itself. Remember, it was 1.8 billion miles away. That's not too bad. You know, this software is really nice. I'm learning more and more about Sharpcap here. And we got 500 frames right there. I'm going to pause it. I'm going to save this as a TIFF file. Oh, I called it Saturn 4. Oh well, I forgot to call it Uranus. Let's go to Jupiter. Let's see if we can find Jupiter. Should see Jupiter in here somewhere. Let's go to AutoFit. There it is. There's the moons. There's Io. There's Ganymede. I believe that's Europa, and that's Callisto. I'm guessing. I can look real quickly, but anyway, yeah, there it is. Okay, let's bring down the gain. All right, let's go into a region of interest. About there. How's that? Okay. Now let's go into Jupiter. Let's call it what it is, Jupiter. All right, let's say Jupiter 1, just in case I'm doing many more. All right, and yeah, there's the red spot. So it's just moving out of view. It goes counterclockwise. All right, go into planetary stacking. There we go. Let's just play with these colors here. Look at that. We're starting the stack. You can see it getting better and better, and the red spots starting to come out. I got 57, 58 frames, 60. Look at the details on that thing coming in. This is a live view, a live stacking. Amazing. And these wavelets, I mean, they really bring out the planet. Look at that. I kind of like it right there. Now I have the I have it on the Optolong L quad filter, as I mentioned before. We'll do this with that, and then we'll take it with the just a regular UV IR cut filter. See what the difference is. We're going to go for 500 frames though first. Let's be consistent. All right, I'm going to pause this stacking at 500 frames. There it is right there. Okay, I'm going to save that right there as a TIFF. Now, I have it set at 150 milliseconds. Let's just take that down to 50 and see if it makes a difference. I don't think it will, but that's just me. All right, let's clear the reset stack. Now, to me, it looks a little bit on the grainy side using 50 milliseconds versus 150 milliseconds, but that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Let's go to save it anyway. All right. Now, let's change filters. Go into the filter wheel and take it from the quad to the UV-IR. Change filters. Okay. Let's go into live view. Obviously, it's hot. Let's take that back to 150. Right there. All right. There it is right there. Let me sharpen it up a little bit more. I think it's a little fuzzy. All right. I'm happy with that. Let me save that. Okay. All right. Let's try the, that was the Optolong L Pro. Let's try the extreme or the enhance. Probably going to knock the light way down. Yeah. Have to bring the gain up. Oops. Went past the... okay. And the ultimate. Again, I got to bring up the gain. Yeah, in my opinion, the best one was the L Pro. Yeah, the L Pro looks pretty good. All right. All right, let's go back outside.
Wow, those images, it just amazes me how much better the software keeps getting and getting and getting. Several years ago when I first started astrophotography, the best image I could get of any of the planets was blurred at the best, and well, take a look at that picture right there from I think 2017. Anyway, the dates of opposition, I have the list right here. Uranus, well, we just passed Uranus at November 14th. It was at 1.8 billion miles away when I took this image of Uranus. And then Jupiter, December 7th coming up. So we got a couple of weeks yet before Jupiter reaches opposition. So you're going to have at least 4 good weeks of Jupiter viewing. And then Mars. Mars is getting brighter and brighter up in the sky. All through the spring and early summer, it was floating around a magnitude 1.3, 1.4. Now it has gone into the negative values. Of course, the lower the value, the brighter the object. And right now it's at a negative 0.2. And then it reaches opposition on January 16th, and then 2025. And then it'll be at a magnitude minus 1.4, just about. A very bright, ruddy red object up in the sky. And then also Saturn, well, Saturn passed opposition last summer. It'll be at opposition again on September 21st, 2025. But it's going to look totally different because the rings are going to be right on edge, and you're going to be hardly able to see the rings at all. You'll just be seeing a yellowish planet with striations in the atmosphere, the bands in the atmosphere. But the rings will not be visible, most likely. And then there's Venus. Venus is up in the western, southwestern sky now and will remain there for the rest of the year, going into a good portion of 2025 through the winter into the spring months of 2025. And it's extremely bright. It's the 3rd brightest object in the sky, only to be outshone by the sun and the moon. And when you look at the brightness, you have the sun, the moon, Venus, then Jupiter, and then Mars as the brightest object in the sky. They're brighter than any of the other stars themselves. So, well, thanks for watching, and I thank all my supporters who have been helping me keep this channel up and running, and all my subscribers. I'm approaching 8,000 subscribers, so thank you very much. If you like this kind of video, please subscribe so you won't miss out on any of the other videos that I'll have coming up. I have 2 other telescopes that I do use and I will be using. The moon is moving out of the picture right now, so next week I should be able to get some good deep sky objects. Now, if you want to know how to photograph Pluto, yeah, Pluto, it's a dwarf planet, but it's still, I call it a planet. Watch this video right over here. It gives you aid on how to find the planet Pluto. Well, thanks for watching, and remember, the heavens are filled with majestic wonders, and they're all in a sky near you. So unless you need rain, clear skies, everyone.